What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of
Bar and
Geo. How did you know?
Because I was like, oh, he's probably not going to say Bearcast because he's going to try to throw me off. So
No, I'm not trying to throw you off.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to I'm really trying to pick with one. And I'm like, I think.
Pick with one? You mean stick with one? Pick one and stick with one? So you said pick, stick, pick
It's an early morning right now.
It really is. But yeah, you were trying to go with one, right?
I'm trying to go with one.
I thought you were trying to trick me, so there I go. But we nailed it. We're soulmates.
Yeah. So, oh no.
Damn.
I think I have the phlegm today.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I have none. In your face.
So, could be kidding. So what I wanted to talk about today. Are you ready?
I don't know. Is it going to reveal any secrets?
It always reveals secrets.
God damn it.
And then also talk a little bit further away because this time I turned the mics up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to require some time traveling. Are you ready?
Oh, fuck. I should have been high for this one.
All right. So start time traveling a little bit back to when maybe you're like 12, 13, 14. Are you traveling?
Yeah. I didn't like that time in my life. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. Well, just
you're like, shit.
You got your boarding pass ready?
I'm in a dark place.
You got your boarding pass ready?
Yeah, what the fuck? Am I traveling or not?
Yeah.
I've been traveling already. You told me 12, 13, 14, so I traveled there. And then you asked me if I had my boarding pass. So I had to like come back and like.
Oh, so you went back through TSA?
Yes.
You got to check your bag. You got to check your bags again.
Can you just make up your mind? Where do you want me to go?
You got to check your bags again.
I have my fucking boarding pass.
Did they check your bags again already?
Yes, they did. Okay,
are you on the plane?
Yes.
All right, you ready for the plane door to close?
It closed already and it came back. I just want to put my seatbelt on. Okay, I'm checking out now.
Fine. Well, you can't because you're in the plane. So now we're going. What was your ideal man when you were a kid, and how far away do you think you ended up?
Oh, big time. So around that time, I had a crush on Enrique Iglesias.
Really, at that young?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because what I'm trying to do is, I think, a lot of people, they watch either Disney movies, and for both guys and girls, right? And then so you learn about
the Beast.
So you wanted an animal?
Just one time.
Oh, okay, fine. Just one time.
Yeah.
Like a fling, that one time at band camp, I had sex with an animal.
No, just when I watched it, I just thought he was hot.
Okay, yeah. So like, I think growing up on TV, like we grew up on like Saved by the Bell, Disney movies, like that kind of stuff.
Zach Morris, fuck yeah.
And you see how relationships are, right? And what you see on TV,
not on Saved by the Bell,
it's way different than how it really is in real life. You know what I mean?
Well, part of it is way different.
Like all of it.
I don't think so. No.
It's way
I mean,
off.
they just don't show like the crazy fights, but like.
Exactly. So that to me.
But that's not way off.
It's way off.
All right, fine.
So, all the people these days that are like, I don't know, I think maybe like, what are they called? Like the incels or whatever. They're basing their entire quote unquote game on, this is what I saw in Disney movies where I open the door and then the princess gives the guy pussy. How come that's not happening? Fuck chicks. I've been lied to my whole life. So that's what I'm basing it off of, where I think when we're young, depending on the content that we consume, we have a certain reality and a certain fantasy that we have. And so I want to get into your brain what you thought was your ideal romance in person and how far away you've landed.
Fucking far. Like
or
the furthest.
Or is it right on the
It's so
right on
far.
the money?
No. It's super far. So yeah, I think growing up, a lot of what I watched definitely shaped.
Like, what did you watch?
Like Disney movies, like everything you named. I think we all grew up with around that same era, and like a lot of the same type of romance was displayed,
Yeah.
That, and then coupled with just watching my parents' relationship, and I didn't see them fight. There was no real like conflict resolution that I would see like them working out and shit.
Did you ever go, man, my parents got a really good relationship, I want something like that?
No, because I always would hear my mom's complaining about shit, but I just didn't understand it because I'm like, well, they're not fighting, so I guess that's just kind of what's normal. Like, you're just supposed to talk shit behind your spouse's back to your
What
kids.
kind of stuff would she say?
She would just say like, oh, there goes your dad again, like, I'm stuck over here like cleaning and doing whatever, and he's probably off playing pool or whatever. Like shit like that. Like, it wasn't anything like dark and like crazy, but it was enough for me to feel like my mom just had some sort of resentment.
You never wanted to say like, hey mom, if you didn't nag so much, maybe dad wouldn't leave so often.
No, why would I ever say that? I love my mom.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah, just
giving you options as a kid.
Yeah, I see. And then yeah, you don't see the arguments and like the fucking toxic relationships, like especially kids, because you're talking about what, when I was 12 to 14 or whatever.
I think you're 12 or 14 when you're 12 or 14.
No, I'm saying that's what you're trying to that time, right? Like my prepubescent, or like just about entering.
Just about, yeah. Like when after you've watched all of this media, and then you got like you're kind of set in stone of what you want, and then boom, your hormones kick in, and you're like, time to get the Prince Charming I've always wanted.
No, I never had that. I think because I heard my mom a lot, like I was also pretty bitter.
Yeah.
So I think already at that age, I didn't want, because my mom was so like, you need a man to protect you. You need like your unit to make you complete. I was always like out to prove that wrong. Oh. So already at a young age, I didn't want to get married. I didn't want, like, I saw myself as like one of the Sex and the City chicks. Like just, well, mainly like who's the older one that's like super sex driven? Well, her.
Melissa?
No. Meredith. Pretty close. Yeah, you're pretty close.
Just
Her.
throw out a random name.
Yes, so for me, it was always like, I want to prove that wrong. I want to show my independence and show that I don't need a man to feel protected or feel whole or feel complete or feel like I need someone to always constantly provide for me.
So would you say that your mom probably contributed to the independence and powerful woman that you are today?
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I think she really did. I think because not that she's the opposite of that, but because she wanted me to like get married. I mean, she didn't push that hella hard, but it was like, you're not leaving this house until you're safe, and you're not safe until you leave here with a husband. That I was just like, nah, dog, I'm already safe.
Yeah, because it sounded like she was like, by the way she was venting, it was almost her like explaining her own weaknesses.
Yeah.
And then I think for you, it almost seemed like, though I don't have those weaknesses. Not only that, I'm also gonna do this just to show you I'm way different from what you're laying out.
Yeah. I mean, and the older I got, like I definitely saw something different than when I did when I was 12 to 14. Yeah. Like now I just saw like the depth and breadth of like just kind of what a relationship is. And like what she was not only trying to prevent, but I think just her own venting and insecurities. But I really saw the good that the way she was as a wife did. And then the older that she got, I started really seeing her kind of like develop in her own relationship. So it was just crazy. Like now, like I understand relationships way more than when when I was growing up 12 to 14, because I don't think I ever really saw a good relationship then.
Yeah.
Isn't
that crazy how like when they get together, right? And I think this is super normal, but I think it's just crazy that it happens this way, that when they get together, more often than not, they are two broken people, or two people that haven't come to fruition yet, right? Like they're not full on butterflies. They're not in their own skin. They're like half people of themselves. And there's these two like half-assers pretty much that go, I love you, you love me, we make each other whole. And then they agree to spend the rest of their lives together, these two broken people, only to continue to grow. And then finally at some point where they're finally like really comfortable in their own skin and they're really like fully grown, it's like, to me, that almost seems like a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean? Imagine two junior high kids full of insecurities, don't know what they're going to be. They're really awkward about their hips or their nose or their hairline or something. And then now they've just entered into this lifelong pact to start a business together or something, because that's what I feel. I feel like a lot of people, when especially the earlier you are that you get married, because even with us, right? Like when we wanted to get married, I think we're still so much more mature now than we were before. And we have so many of our own problems and so many of our own insecurities that we're not even aware of. So half the time it's just projection, where I see something wrong in you and I'm voicing it and I'm trying to change it. You see something wrong in me, you're trying to voice it and change it, only to figure out, wait, it was actually something that was wrong within us to begin with. And if we didn't have that, we wouldn't even have seen what was wrong.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so, like,
100%.
So when I see so it's just seeing like young people that are not even sure of who they are, and they don't even know that they're unsure of who they are, going into like a marriage like that. I'm like, man, that's pretty crazy. It's like I kudos to all the super old couples from back in the day that got together when they're like 15, 16, 17, 18, and they stuck it through all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're also like perceiving it from a position of someone that grew up in a broken home. Like, you got to also remember that not everyone grows up in broken homes. And by broken, I don't necessarily mean parents that split up, but I just think that the dynamic of like the mom and the dad, or the mom and the mom, or the dad and dad, like that dynamic is broken.
No, I'm just talking about everyone's broken.
I guess, I mean, everyone has their issues.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I was just
okay.
talking about so
Because
no
broken
one
is such a severe thing to say. So I'm just holding weight to the words that you're using.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's broken, or else everyone would be at Harvard. Everyone would be at Harvard in the NBA inventing electric car at the same time. I think we all.
I don't think that means you're unbroken.
I think we're all holding ourselves back. I don't like if you had a dream, you're not living that dream. I think you're broken because there's parts of you that are limiting you from your dream.
I mean, if that's how you're perceiving it, then fine. But yeah, like I've met people that aren't broken or whatever, I've met a lot of people like that, and I'm just like, whoa, I can't relate to you. I can't click with you, because like they just perceive the world completely different than someone that has been broken.
Oh, wow. Because I've never met someone that wasn't broken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like severely, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, there's also like shelter dog, right? Like fawn, like that. But
yeah, that's severe.
But I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the severe cases. I'm just talking about just general people. I have never met someone that right off the bat, within like the first hour, I'm like, oh shoot, this guy isn't broken, or this girl isn't broken.
Yeah. I've met a couple people like that where I'm like,
Wow.
oh damn, like that's pretty tight.
Were they a monk, a Shaolin monk?
No, I mean, like they just had like a really good family dynamic where it was like open communication, and like it was like this is who I am, and like you accept that, and like it was really cool. I'm like, oh shit, like I just can't click with you because I'm like, that's fucking tight. But yeah, I guess going back to your other thought, it is pretty crazy that these strangers that have zero connection in terms of like how they grew up, they probably grew up in like completely different areas of even the world, and then they come together, like strangers come together, they bring their baggage, and then they start new baggage in a relationship, and then they're working it out together. That is a fucking crazy concept when you think about it like that. But then I think it's also something that's really, really beautiful.
Because it's like, it's horrible and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah,
it's like,
horrifying.
hey, I got this bag of broken toys. Oh, you have a bag of broken toys? Let's start a toy factory together now with our broken toys. So the beautiful part, it's like, cool, you have the rest of your life to fix each other's toys, to fix it. And then when you do fix it, like when I saw my grandparents, right? Like growing up, both my parents are divorced. So I never really had like really good role models in terms of that sense. But I always bring this up where I think my true role models that make me believe in love and make me believe in marriage and all that stuff is my grandparents. Because going to Taiwan every year in the summer, I would see my two like hunched over grandparents, and then they'd be arm in arm walking through the park, looking at birds, listening. They'd pass by like a little street stand of food, and they're like, oh honey, you want some? And I'm like, wow, they're just so sweet and so loving. And I think it took them, because after my grandma had Alzheimer's, she would start saying crazy shit and bring up old beef again. But before she had Alzheimer's and they're both good, I think it took them like 50 years to fix both of each other's bag of broken toys to really, really enjoy themselves.
Yeah, and I think you just said something that was pretty profound. Holy fuck, this podcast is fucking serious today.
Is it?
But yeah, I just felt like there was something profound in which what you just said in terms of like, you grew up in a broken, your parents are divorced, so like that's the dynamic's already broken. So in terms of who your role models are, you didn't have that immediate, but because you had your like your grandparents and they kind of made it, you know, you had them as an example of what a healthy relationship is, you know. And I think that the profound part of that is how important just having like that family unit really is, because it's like
the role model.
Yeah, like the role model. And then just with age comes wisdom, right? Like now, I mean, if my dad were alive, Taika growing up would now see my mom and my dad before he passed. He had such a beautiful relationship, and like that's not the relationship I grew up witnessing. But the new relationship was them like going on road trips and being lovey-dovey and like spending so much time together, and like they were now each other's best friends, you know. And like I didn't get to see that, but then Taika would have seen that. So maybe if you and I were like in some dark place or like not respecting each other, at least he would have seen like, you know, his grandparents do that.
So I know Taika's not gonna see what I saw.
You don't know that. Like my mom might get with someone. Who knows?
Oh shit!
Hey, I never.
Your mom likes to get it too.
What are you talking about?
You see the way she like shakes her booty when she walks by?
No, she doesn't shake her booty. What the fuck are you looking at her booty for? What are you talking about?
She just always give me that extra shake and then that extra.
She doesn't give you shit.
And just gives me that extra like.
No, she doesn't.
Give me that extra wink.
No, she doesn't.
I saw her.
Stop being horny for my mom. You're disgusting. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna stop right here.
Just for that.
Well, we're gonna introduce our first sponsor.
Shout outs to our sponsor, Duke Cannon. Duke Cannon celebrates dads. What makes the best possible Father's Day gift? Because it's right around the corner.
Smelling good.
Exactly. Super quality grooming goods for dads. To honor the dads in our lives, Duke Cannon is offering the Patriot Collection filled with 3 commemorative Great American Beer soaps made with actual Budweiser beer. And this is so cool. Like when you smell it, you do smell like this deep sense of like alcohol. You ever had like a cigar that's dipped in whiskey and you could kind of just smell like this alcohol in it? It smells really good. It smells very, very manly. So if you want a super manly soap, I highly recommend Duke Cannons. They have a Patriots collection. It's $22. And yes, they have Budweiser in all the products. They also have the
It doesn't smell like Budweiser though. It does like it definitely. I don't smell the alcohol that you just said.
Really?
It just smells very manly.
I smell the alcohol and I smell the manliness.
Okay.
And it's like this deep smell.
I couldn't smell it.
And they also have a Great American Beard Balm. So if you have if you have a beard and need balm for it, check that out. It's only $15. And then there's the Father's Favorites pack. You buy any 3 and you get 1 free. And you can get either your big ass bricks of soap. And what I like about the soap, it's huge. So when you're lathering up, it covers up a lot of surface area. You get the Bloody Knuckles Hand Repair Balm. So if you actually work hard or you type on the computer too hard and you need to fix your hands, you get that. Solid colognes and proper colognes. And as a reminder, Duke Cannon partners with active duty military to develop new ideas and review products, such as their little soap dispenser thing. You could put a soap in it and it lathers up. It's almost like a washcloth built into a case. It's just really cool. So visit dukecannon.com and use the promo code BALE, BEAW, for 10% off your entire order. That's BALE, BEAW, at dukecannon.com for 10% off your entire order and free shipping with orders over $20.
All right, I don't want to talk about what you just were talking about. But yeah, like
So now we have to be his role model. We got to show him that we can make it, and then he's going to grow up going, Mommy and Daddy always loved each other so much.
Nah, I have to spite you. I have to go against what you say.
On purpose?
Yeah, I have to. So no.
I hate you.
Ah, fuck you, Win. All right, I love you. No, I want that because I know growing up I wanted to see that. You know, like I did catch that. Like, not to say my parents had a shitty relationship, but like they were affectionate with each other and they were like very playful and kind of sexual sometimes with each other. And like looking back, I'm like, ugh, they were flirting. That's fucking nasty. And I was there at the dinner table and they were saying these adult things that I didn't understand at that time, but like reflecting, I'm like, ugh. I can't believe I sat through that.
What would they say? Like, anybody want some extra
no,
sausage?
like just sexual innuendos. Shit like that. Yeah.
And your mom's like, I have a bun, but no sausage in it.
Shit like that. Yeah.
Oh,
like
damn.
that. Yeah, it was like that, you know? Or I'd see him like grab her ass and like, I'm just like, whoa, hey now. But at that time, it was normal.
What did your older brothers and sisters say at the time? Were they like, ugh?
I don't think they did it around them because I think they probably knew that they understood.
I see, yeah.
So it was mainly around me and my little sister because we were so small. But now we're like, you can get it. But I guess going back to your original question. Yeah, I didn't think of a significant other in terms of a relationship. I think I was out to prove something. Yeah. From like a really early age, I was out to prove my mom wrong.
So you're on track to not getting married and
100%.
not having someone.
100%.
So you're actually really far away from what your original goal was.
Super far. Super crazy far. Yeah. Yeah, I think I wouldn't even be surprised if my mom was surprised that I got married.
Really?
Yeah. Because that wasn't in my vocabulary, like talking about boys and who I wanted it. Like that wasn't some shit I talked about.
Or maybe your mom is like
relieved.
I told you so. You know, like because if she's like,
she was relieved.
If all girls have to get married, you can't leave the house unless you get married. You're not gonna have a fulfilling life unless you get married. And then the whole time from you as like a 15-year-old is no, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is completely opposite. An older person, their general like reaction would be like,
we'll see
about that. And then finally she was probably like, I told you so.
No, she said she was like she was relieved. She's like, because I actually went against all that and I literally just fucking stood my ground, and I'm like, I'm not leaving here married. And I didn't. I left. I was the only kid to leave the house not married. And like for her, she was like, once you said you were going to get married, then I felt good. And I'm like, you tripping, lady.
Once you said you were going to get married, then she felt good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever talked to her about like, but there's all these divorces that
100%,
happen? And
100%.
what's her thought process?
For her, she's like, I understand your logic and I understand the theory. She's like, but I can't shake how I was raised. Like I can't shake the morals and like the family values and just the values in general that was like ingrained in her.
She can't shake it. It's like
she can understand it, but it's something within her feels wrong, right? Like for you, right? Like sometimes we've had this conversation in the past where like when it came to sex, something about that felt guilty to you.
Oh yeah.
Even though you knew that you're a free person, that like you set, you're set and you have your own destiny, and like there's so many ways that you can explain the theory behind it, but something in you just feels guilty.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing. It's just the same feeling.
It's true.
Yeah. So I mean, I've had all those conversations, right? Like now, because she saw that I was like down, like I was going down the good path, the path that she wanted me to go down. Like I was set and I was being responsible and I was being successful or whatever. Then at that point I can go back and we can have these conversations of like the past. And there were times where I was like, dude, like I wish I would have had more sex, and
what did she say to that?
And nothing. She likes to listen a lot. So I was like,
She's smirking like,
no, for her it's like, ay Dios mío, she's a woman of God. So for her, she's like, oh my God. So she says, yeah. I mean,
but I've seen the way she shakes that thing.
Wait, is it time for another fucking break? So yeah, like I'll have conversations, and I think I'm so like stuck on trying to have her see things from a different perspective, because I just want her to have fucking paradigm shifts, that I was like, yeah, man, I just wish I had more sex like growing up. And it's not for the sake of like just fucking, but it's for the sake of like learning about my body, learning about myself, what I like, what I don't like. Because I think sex is such a huge thing when it comes to a relationship, like I feel like that's really, really huge. And I was telling her like that's why I think it's so important that couples live together before they get married.
So they have sex?
Well, not necessarily that thought process. Like I wasn't pointing it out that way, but I'm just saying like, so that they can see what they like, what they don't like. Because like when you buy a house, right? Like that's a huge 30-year commitment. Like a relationship should be longer than that, right? But when we go buy a house, like we're looking at several houses. We're looking at the neighborhood. We're looking at the school district. We're looking at the neighbors. We're looking at, what the noise is at night. Like, and we look at so many different houses before we like settle on one or decide and say, this is the one. It's like, why do we like date for such a long time and not get to see the more intimate sides of people by living with them? But instead we live apart, and then we get married, and then we live with them, and now it's like this huge fucking commitment. And I would just tell her like, we should be treating relationships the way we do house shopping, like let's test it out a little bit. or not house shopping, but car buying. I think that one's probably better.
Yeah, I wish I dated and had sex more too.
Yeah. I thought you dated a lot. I didn't date enough.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't really date. I don't think I think I dated a lot for my childhood standards.
Oh, fuck. Which are like, you're only supposed to date one girl and then marry her?
Yeah, maybe one or two. Like I always thought, the way I grew up, I always thought the way you're supposed to do it is find your high school sweetheart and then marry her.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know, but that's just what I always thought. So when I didn't have a high school sweetheart in high school, I almost felt like
I see why you got that.
I almost got like half a failure. I always felt like I was already half failed. I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I'm a fucking promiscuous slut then. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Wow. I could see why you thought you had to marry your high school sweetheart, because that's all we saw on TV. Like you referenced Saved by the Bell, and that's what ended up happening. Well,
yeah.
He didn't marry Kelly because Kelly disappeared off the show, and he married this other chick. So no, that wasn't a good one. But yeah, pretty much everyone that you saw on TV, they ended up marrying each other, and you usually saw them around high school.
Yeah, like that was my world. My world was you go to high school, and then from high school you go straight to college. Any deviation of that, you are a rebel, right? Same thing with like the romantic life. You find your high school sweetheart, and then you guys go to the same college and you start building a life together. Any deviation from that, you're a fucking slut.
Damn, if we met each other when we were younger, we would have never ended up together. Just you explaining that, past Gio would feel so smothered. She'd be like, this motherfucker is way too needy.
Yeah, I didn't even want that. I mean, I didn't even know that I didn't even know that that's what I was after. That's just what I thought it was.
Oh, you just thought that's what everyone did.
Yeah, so I'm not like above it. I don't like judge people for it. I'm just like,
it is what it is.
that's what you're supposed to do. And
Yeah.
I guess we're all like, none of my friends went straight to college after high school. So for me, I'm like, I guess we're a bunch of deviants. That's how I viewed it.
Damn, so your shit's way off.
Yeah, I would say my life is completely like 180 upside down from what I thought it was going to be.
What was it? So it's you meet your high school sweetheart. You guys get married. No, don't even get married. You guys go to the same college. And then you guys are living together and living the college life together. What about work? You guys working in the same place? So you guys have different careers but then come back?
That part wasn't set in stone. It could be different careers. It could be the same career.
Was your wife going to be working, or are you the breadwinner and she stays home?
That
You didn't go that far?
I didn't think that far. No, not as a 12-year-old. No.
Okay. So then you go to school and then you get married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to college, then you get married, and then you buy a house, and then you start a family. So kind of like I feel like a lot of people really relate to this, especially if they've been harped on with like the traditional values. I think most people that they try to go down some sort of path like that, and I think that's why there's so many people, especially younger people these days, that are like 25 and they're still in college, or 25 and they don't own a house, or 25 and they're not anywhere near marriage. They think their life's over, and they're like, oh no.
I don't know if that's the new generation anymore. I think it's different.
Really?
I think it's changed a lot from our time. But like for us, that
was
definitely
a huge deal.
I think by 28, I had told myself I wanted a house. And now looking back, I'm like, what the fuck? But that's also considering it was before like the housing market like fucked everything up, and like all that shit happened too. And we were like in a huge recession. So that I think also.
Yeah, like how I would rewrite the plan and how I would teach the younger, or like Taika, the younger generation, I would like completely revamp that. I would say in high school, well, actually even it starts before high school, because I don't think like passions and what you're interested was something that was very emphasized. So I would say really explore like crazy in junior high. In high school, hone in a little bit on a couple of things that you're really, really interested in. And hopefully you could find a college that really goes into that. If not, create your own college. So for example, like let's say what Taika wants to do is academic, right? I want to be a marine biologist, or I want to dig for fossils or something like that. I'm like, cool, find a college that does that. But if he goes, I want to be a pro skater, or if I want to be a pro DJ, then I'm like, there's not a school for that. So maybe go to live in Ibiza for 2 years and really go play your freaking brains out, or get a residency in Vegas and really play your brains out. But that's your college for what you want to do. And from 20 to maybe even 30, when you really have nothing at stake and you don't really have anything tying you down, instead of buying a house and now you have a mortgage and you're stuck there. So, when you have a mortgage, even if you go travel and you live abroad for a year, you need to still pay that mortgage for a year. So instead of having something tie you down, go travel, go have fun from 20 and 30s and really experience and really live your life, because all of those things are really going to shape who you are from 30 and beyond. That's how I would explain to like Taika or someone younger, like how I think they can squeeze the most out of life.
Yeah. On that note right there, I'm going to pause you real quick because I'm going to introduce our final sponsor.
Shout outs to Cross Rope. I love Cross Rope because if you're like me and you've been jump roping for a long time, you're pretty good at jump roping. You know what I'm talking about?
You're all right.
So Cross Rope, it's actually a weighted jump rope. So you get more exercise and you get more of a result out of it because you actually get a really good shoulder and arm pump out of it. And they have different weights. So depending on what type of workout you're trying to do, you can change the weights in according to that. So a lot of people that I know that are pretty damn good on the light jump rope, and now it takes like 30 minutes to break a sweat, you can get one of these guys and it'll take like 10 minutes. And shout out to them. They sent us the whole set, and I can't wait to take it to Barbell Brigade, our gym, to share it with everyone there, because we already have a couple of fans that love cross rope, and they brought it to Barbell before we even got sponsored. So I'm very, very familiar with cross rope. Yeah, so they're weighted jump ropes, and they combine high-intensity cardio with full-body strength training, and you can get your heart rate up while working your core, back, shoulders, arms, glutes, and more. And, in a time where a lot of us are stuck at home, we don't have that much equipment, guess what?
This is awesome.
You can use this and work out your entire body. So if you're ready for new cardio and a full-body home workout, visit crossrope.com/bail. Get $40 off Crossrope plus free shipping when you check out today at crossrope.com/bail, BEAW. That's get $40 off your Crossrope sets plus free shipping when you check out today at crossrope.com/bail, BEAW.
And we're back. Yeah, that's really cool. The only thing that I'm like always scared of, right, is like going too far on one side and then kind of neglecting the other side. And what does that do to like commitment? What does that do? You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm always trying to find like the balance between like how I was raised to how I wish I was raised.
But everything I said is all about commitment. So
yeah, because you're saying go pro, you're saying finish it. I got you.
Explore, find your interests.
Yeah.
And hone in and hone in and hone in. So you're getting more and more committed. But what I'm preaching against is committing before you know what the scope of the land is, which I think a lot of people do, right? Like they're in college or high school and they're like, I want to be a pharmacist. Like they just know, right? And then they don't even know that there's all these other things that are available to you, but because you're looking through life through
I know,
a tunnel
but that's
vision.
the balance part that I'm talking about, because now it's like, don't commit to something because you don't know what else is out there. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Why would you stick with one?
No, I'm saying stick with one after you've sailed all the oceans and you've seen all the different types of fish. Go back to your favorite ocean and build your little island over there.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole like trying to do the right thing and the different thing from the stuff that we didn't like and trying to make it the best situation for Taika now, that shit fucking scares me. Like, not scares me where I'm like paralyzed and I don't know what to do, but it just trips me out that all the mistakes that we're going to be making and how like it's going to affect him, We're
going to make mistakes for sure.
100%, like 100%. And like, I don't shy away from that, but I'm just going like, and I'm not even trying to prevent it, but I'm always trying to think of what the end is, like what I ultimately want him to be, right? And I ultimately want him to, be respectful and be humble and like, and be honest and be fair, And so like anytime these things are happening, I'm always like, I pull myself back and go, okay, well, what do I ultimately want this kid to be? I want him to be a gentleman. Okay, fuck. I need to make sure he's not like yelling, and he needs to learn how to share.
He needs to go to a boarding school. That's what he needs. That he's wearing a little suit and tie ever since he's 5. But then There's the people that are like, I grew up in a boarding school, so now that I'm 18, fuck that. I'm never wearing a tie ever again. There's all those things where like you try to like groom them a certain way, and there's people that follow the groomation, and then there's the people that are like, because I've been groomed that way, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is tough. It is, man. Like it's tough just living, because it's like, you don't live by yourself. You live amongst people, and these people have their problems. You have your problems. You have your insecurities. They have the same thing. And now you're trying to fucking coexist, whether that's just for a moment or in the workspace, like just driving, you're coexisting, Some people have fucking road rage, and you want to you're like, what the fuck's your problem? And that affects your day. Like, it's wild just being alive.
I actually had an epiphany the other day because, during all of our Hollywood meetings or phone calls, I'm always like, it's always like this. You play me, and then
big head
You promise? You promise?
I'm just kidding.
Fine, you play me, I'll be a Hollywood guy, right? Hollywood agent guy. Hey, so how's it going, Bart?
Hey, man, it's good.
Oh, awesome. So, how's your day?
My day's been pretty good. Is it pretty good? How's your day?
Good. Oh, my day's been, since you're here, it's been way better. Way better.
Oh, wow. What happened?
Oh, just killing all these deals right now, just bringing things together, just hustling, #hustle all the time, and just making sure things are killing it. And, got a past that's got to make a future, and the future that's going to make me happy about the past.
Cool.
So back in the day when I used to go to these meetings and there's all this foo-foo, I call it foo-foo 5-minute bullshit in the beginning. I used to hate it. I'm like, cut to the goddamn chase on the email. You already know why I'm here. Let's talk exactly about why we're here.
Man, you sound like a man of deep relationships.
Yeah. I'm like, let's cut to the chase and start, right? And then as I got older, which is crazy because when we did our whole Just Kidding News and we're like trying to pitch it to become a TV show and all that, like we met with Comedy Central, MTV, I think I was already 30.
Drop those names, bro. Drop them. What else?
I was already 30 during those times, but I was so stunted in my emotional intelligence that I didn't even understand what all that was about. And I was just like, man, these motherfuckers like to talk all goddamn day. Like, this fool should have just sent me a text and told me the updates. But now that I'm older, the epiphany.
Cold ass motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, the epiphany that I had, I'm like, oh, this guy's trying to get to how my day was so that he knows how to approach me. Was I pissed in traffic? Did someone cut me off? Or am I mad at family member or something? And then so that he can make sure we're on the same energy wavelength.
No, he's just trying to connect with you as people. That's usually what people do, especially if you're going to work with people. You want to make sure that the vibe is cool.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you're going to gel in some degree. Not necessarily be best friends, but he's also trying to
get on the same page as me
and build rapport.
Yeah.
Because it's like he needs to know that you trust him and he needs to know that he can trust you.
Yeah. So it took me, I'm going to be 36 this year. It took me 36 years to figure out what all that
and
beginning foo-foo
barely
talk is.
get it.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going back to what we're talking about. I'm a broken person that entered into a lifelong contract with someone that's also broken.
I know.
And I'm barely fixing
I didn't
things.
even know I was broken. You know that?
No one knows they're broken. That's the thing.
I thought everyone was tripping. I thought I had a pretty, I didn't think I was perfect. Like, I knew I had some shit, but I didn't think it was I thought I was average.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So everyone, if you have a single insecurity, you're broken. And I think also being a comedian helps out. Like, being a comedian, I kind of have an unfair advantage because I have Xray vision on a lot of people, right? I see someone write a post. A lot of people, oh, so inspirational. I immediately go, I know exactly which insecurity that came from and the motive behind why they wrote that post, if they're virtue signaling or whatever. Because I'm a comedian, I get, motive and perspective is the game of comedy, right? That's why someone could say something serious and the comedian comes out and boom, and that serious line now becomes funny. So because of that, when I meet people within an hour, with less than an hour, I'm like, man, this guy's broken all over the motherfucking place. And I think that's why roasts are so easy with comedians, because you bring up a person that seemingly has, I don't know, no problems, I don't know, like Nick Jonas or something. And then when
what do you know about Nick Jonas? Do you even know what he looks like?
No, he's
just. Do you know where he's from?
I think it's from Birmingham. Do you know where he's from?
Yeah, he's part of the fucking Jonas Brothers.
Exactly. Not to be mixed with the Jonas Sisters.
You're dumb.
So what I'm saying is, you put that guy out there where everyone's like, like that. You surround surround him with a bunch of comedians.
What's that?
They all roast. They all admire and look up to them.
Okay.
And then they all have the most insane roast about them because all comedians have a little bit of Xray vision. So now I take that Xray vision and I put it on myself, and I'm like, oh shit, I was even more broken than I thought I was.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have an advantage there for that. And then do you try to fix it when you see it? Or are you just like, there it is. It helps me be funny.
Well, I don't want to fix the Xray vision. I think it's dope.
No. I said when you use the Xray vision on yourself and you see what you have and you see it, and are you like, see it?
You be kidding me.
Because Tekka says it like that. Do you then try to fix it, what you see?
I think I really do. I think I really try to work on the things that I feel like hold me back, and I really try to be proactive on fixing it. And I have like live conversations in my brain where, like, let's say I'm feeling kind of like down in the dumps, I can't shake something off. I'm literally talking to myself like, shake it off. You'll be happy in 3. 1, 2, 3. You're not happy. And I'm like, are you happy? Shit, you're not happy? Okay, let's try it again. You're happy in 3. 1, 2, 3. You're not happy. And then like I really just talk to myself, and like even on a day-to-day, like second to second, minute-to-minute basis.
I do that too. I don't know if I do the, like, you're like, you're not happy? Fuck it. You shake it off. Happy in 3, 1, 2. I can't do that. For me, I'm like, wait, why am I not happy? Okay, let's trace back the steps. Okay, let me see what happened here. Was it here? Was it? And then I'm just in deep thought.
For me, none of that shit matters. Because I know no matter how fucking sad I am, if I walked and there's a duffel bag of $10 million in front of me, whatever the fuck I was thinking about doesn't matter. I'm happy as fuck right then and there. So I know my body is capable of being triggered to be happy instantaneously. So because of that, I'm like, you're happy,
Yeah, no, my shit's way more complicated.
Or I can have the happiest day in the world, right? I come back home and I see my car broken into and the windshield shattered. I know I could be sad instantaneously. So I don't need to figure out why I got sad. I'm like, I know this body is capable of feeling emotions in a second. Everyone's bodies are biologically capable of feeling emotions in 1 second. So I don't need to figure out how I got there. I just need to feel it now. That's how I view it.
Yeah, I mean, but you're also pretty robotic. Cause like for me, it's like if something makes me sad, right? And I'm not talking about if my car gets broken into, because I know that's a fleeting thing and it's material and that can be repaired. So I never really focus on shit like that. Like, yeah, I'm going to be like, oh man, that's fucked up, man. But I'm not focusing on the breaking car part. I'm focusing now on like, oh fuck, am I going to be a target of something bigger? Like, is this a sign? Or like are they like scoping out my house? Like, so then I take it to that degree. But my main point was to say that I don't really focus on the material stuff. I focus on like the emotional impact it makes, right? So like, if for the broken car example, like broken into car example, I'm going to be like, wait, why am I so emotionally riled up right now? And then that's what I'm thinking of, because I don't want to be emotionally unstable anymore. So then I'm thinking about that.
For you, like, you're like, the next time I see another broken car, I don't want to be this shaken up.
Yeah, I just want it to be like, that's life. Like that's
cool.
how I get over a lot of my fucking fears and shit. Like, that's why even when I'm afraid of the dark, I'm like, ultimately, if I really wanted to work on that, then I could just get rid of it. But I think because sometimes now I think it's cute and I think it's funny that like you mess around with me and you're like, I'm gonna turn off the light, ooh, and you kind of hold it. But like if it was a stranger, then I can deal with it, because I think I've worked on myself enough to be like it's all in your head.
So if you're telling me if you're in the MGM Grand and there's a stranger at the end of the hallway and he goes, I'm gonna turn off the light, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm so scared.
Well, I mean, if he says it like that, I'm like, what the fuck? That's creepy, bro. But I'm just saying.
What if he's like, I'm a big fan of the Bart and Joe podcast and I heard I'm gonna turn it off?
Okay. I'm gonna be like, that's fucking weird. Like, what are you really trying to do that for?
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, don't fucking do that, freaking weirdo, dude.
Yeah, I think my point in saying everything is, I try to like work on my mental endurance because I know it's all in my head. You know, so
yeah, me
so
too.
for you, when you're like, hey, be happy in 3, 2, 1, because you're like, I know if I find $1 million, all that shit goes away. For me, it's more like, I don't want to feel this feeling again. How do I, or I do want to feel this feeling again. What happened internally that made me feel positive or this negative? And if it's positive, okay, well, I want that to happen again. What state of mind was I in? How can I repeat that? Like, what did I take in? And then if it was negative, then I'm like, oh, fuck. Why did that? Oh, my alarm's going off. But yeah, if it was negative, then it's more like, okay, wait, why is it even negative? Why am I perceiving it this way?
You know, when I'm in a roller coaster, because I'm experiencing exactly what you're feeling. I hate roller coasters, right? So I fucking hate it. And I'm like, why am I feeling this? Why am I so scared? Why do I hate these G-forces? So when I'm in a roller coaster, I'm usually counting or I'm pinching myself to try to distract myself. So I'm trying to put pain on my fingertips so that like I feel that, or I'm literally going, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me. And I'm like, God, just take me out of my misery right now. If you exist, have mercy on me and make me fly out of this thing.
That's wild. It just trips me the fuck out because I always forget because you're just so fucking gung-ho and you're just so fucking like, tough and mentally strong and like it. I always forget that you're afraid of roller coasters because to me you're invincible, you know.
Oh, that's cutie.
I mean, not anymore. Like you're kind of a little bitch when it comes to roller coasters. I'm just kidding. But yeah, because of that, I always forget, and I'm like always like, dude, let's go to Magic. Let's do this. And I'm like, all right, that's Bart's. He's scared of that right there.
Yeah, and like even in boot camp, there's this thing called Stairway to Heaven. It's like this huge fucking ladder that's probably, I don't know, like
close to heaven,
50, 100 feet tall, and then so imagine a giant ladder made for giants.
Ooh. Okay.
So like each rung is about 4 to 5 feet from each other. So you can't climb like this. You have to have faith, right? So you have to grab the top rung with your arms. Once you grab that, then you let go of your legs. So at any given time, you don't have both your arms and legs climbing. It's either you have your arms, you let go of your legs, so now you can bring your legs up, stand on that rung, stand up, let go of your hands now. So imagine you're on a log like this, but 30 feet in the air, like 3 stories high, and you could just fall off. So you have to have faith, let go of your hands, grab the other one, and then let go of your feet. And then so it's always only one or the other. You don't have 2 points of contact. You only have 1 point of contact the whole time. So
just explain you had 2 points of contact. What are we talking about?
What?
Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Or 2 points of lockage. So it's pretty scary for someone that's scared of heights.
It sounds pretty scary.
The minute that I was climbing it, I was already like, I'm dead right now.
You kill me.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm already dead. Fuck it. I'm never going to see my parents ever again. I'm just going to go through this fucking bullshit. And I remember going all the way up and then climbing back down. And I'm like, oh, I didn't die. Oh, thank God. And then there's another one where it's like you're on this cable and you're kind of like going across. And then if you fall off, you fall like, I don't know, like 5 stories into a pool. And then you're only on this metal like cable like this. And you're just kind of like shimmying across. I'm like, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me. But on the face, on the outside, I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going to show any weakness. I'm on the inside. I'm like, just kill me, just kill me.
Did you just fart?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Scared the fart out of me.
He scared the fart out of me. Yeah, that still trips me out, but that's tight. You're down to do it. But yeah, that's my main point, was just working on my mental fucking fortitude. Like that's why I just get stuck in my head sometimes, because I'm like, what the fuck happened? Let me keep the good, get rid of the bad. I'm constantly trying to do that shit. But yeah, it looks like we're coming to the end of our episode.
Oh, nice.
I know. And on that note, yeah, just know that it's gonna be constant work and that shit. If your relationship is easy with anyone, if your relationship's super easy,
then it's fake.
Not that it's fake.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not fake.
Oh yeah.
It just hasn't been, I don't want to use the word tested, but there just hasn't been a lot of
This is how I'm gonna prove it's fake. If your relationship is easy, every single stand-up special that you see on Netflix, you will not relate to. Because every single comedian in the universe, from the worst ones to the greatest of great ones, they all have hardships and stories about how hard and how difficult it is to make a relationship work. But that's the beauty of it.
It is. When you can figure out how to make a relationship work, then you're coasting for at least a couple months, and then it's all fucking turbulent again.
Yep. Every single stand-up comedian has a part in their set that talks about how horrible the relationship is, but why it's so beautiful to have it.
Yeah, and it's not that it gets easier. It's just your problems become different. Because and I know I did say this is closing thoughts, but like for us, our problems in the past were pretty huge. And now the problems that we have now are more like day-to-day things. Because we've worked on ourselves so much that now it's just like, I don't know, like little nagging here and there. And
Maybe
it's
we're
like,
getting closer to my grandma and grandpa image. We're just arm in arm and going through the park and stuff.
that's cutie. That'd be really cute. We do that now. I think Tiger gets to see a lot of love. That's why, like, when we start hugging, he just comes and he's like, "Oh, I want some of that," and he starts hugging us too.
That's my favorite, when we're hugging and he sees almost like a groundhog.
Hey, you guys are having fun without me.
Yeah, and he just runs all the way and he comes and he hugs us. And then I like it when he dips his head down and he starts like squeezing his way between us too.
All right. So yeah, I want to say thank you guys for listening, and thank you to our sponsors. Who do we have?
I think it's that soap company and another one. Duke Cannon and Crossrope. You want to do Crossrope? I do Duke Cannon.
Well, we got to do the little ending real quick.
Okay.
Whoops. I'll do the Crossrope, then you do the...
Okay, ready? Duke Cannon's first.
You go first.
Shout outs to Duke Cannon. Go to dukecannon.com and use the promo code BEAW, BEAW, for 10% off your entire order. Free shipping with orders over $20.
And thank you to Crossrope. Right now, you're going to get up to $40 off Crossrope sets plus free shipping when you check out today at crossrope.com/bail.
And last but not least, our own brand, Barbell Brigade. We are launching our newest apparel collection, the Identity line, next week on June 13th or 17th.
Oh, shit. I don't know what day we're at. Why are we on this 17th?
On June 17th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go check it out.
Yes.
Bye.